I don't feel like I'm injured. But I'm lost, so I'm scared. So the first thing I need is a place to be, a place to call home. So you want to build your shelter.
We're on our way. It's probably 4 in the morning at this point. Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, that one will be $6 even, so just forward to the first
In
one.
August 2015, our team set out from Fargo, North Dakota to the woods of Minnesota. Our game, called On My Own, had just recently made it into the Steam Early Access program, and we were hoping to gain insight about outdoor survival from a 3-day crash course.
What's his name?
Blake.
Blake? Pretty good.
Alright.
Hi.
Follow me up here. The road's fine. You should be fine.
All right.
It's like going to Jurassic Park. Dun, 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 dun.
How was your drive?
Oh,
Not too bad. How you doing?
pretty good.
Kyle? My name's Blake. It's nice to meet you.
When we finally rolled into camp, we were greeted by Blake, Jeff, and Greg.
Hello.
This was the North Winds Wilderness School. They gave us a quick tour of the base camp, making sure to point out key facilities that we'd need over the weekend.
Oh my God.
Then there's toilet paper. We have hand wipes as well. And then we'll have a shovel down here that you can just cover up what you put in there.
Okay.
We had this theory coming up here that we were gonna be like it was gonna be like the most dangerous game. Like you guys were gonna hunt us.
Oh. That doesn't start till tomorrow.
Okay. Give us a little training today, and
Yeah.
then
Well, and we
Then
want
once
you to
we guys
get
get you
weakened
going,
a little.
Once we get you running, we'll probably just actually stay and have coffee.
Yeah.
After the tour, we had to figure out where we were going to set up our tent.
Okay, Kyle, what's up?
Just looking for a spot. I think
flat spot.
What kind of
right
spot?
here, if we
Right
put
here, it's
some-
not that bad.
Yeah, I think as long as we make sure there's no big sticks or rocks. So is the game already made, or is it in development?
It's in beta, so
Okay.
people are playing it, but
Yeah.
Right on.
Steam Green Light. Yeah.
yeah,
It's in Steam Green
Yeah.
Light. I looked at it.
nice.
Yeah.
Once we got our tent set up, it was off to the first lesson.
So the first thing in a wilderness living or survival situation that we do is we build a shelter. It gives you that place to call home. So it automatically adds to the connection aspect, because now I'm not just standing in the middle of a strange forest. This is my home. This is my place to be. Let's go talk about the forest bed, because that's pre-built for what we're doing. And the reason that we're not going to have you guys actually build this is because in order for it to be effective, this needs to be full, completely full of vegetation, which would take all day.
Just any type of vegetation. So
I would throw ferns in there to help with the bugs. We use a lot of hay because the farmer that owns this land said we can use his hay bales,
Oh, okay.
and that way we don't have to kill all the vegetation.
Yeah.
So when you're in here, you're off the ground, which helps with warmth, plus the layered vegetation acts as insulation. The dead space between the vegetation holds your body heat. Plus you have walls, which adds that psychological issue. I have something to protect me from whatever boogeyman might be out there. And then we're gonna rig up this tarp to go over the top, which would keep rain off of you. And also, if you use a space blanket, it'll reflect your body heat back down. When we get up top and start doing like the lean-tos, you're gonna notice as soon as you crawl underneath the space blanket, you'll instantly start getting warmer, because this reflective Mylar sends all of your body heat right back to you.
So we have nothing to hitch this thing up onto this, right?
Mhm.
So we are making a clove knot,
Clove hitch.
clove hitch around this acorn here, and that is going to make it so we have some posts to tie this thing to the tree.
For the other side, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull it across and stake it to the ground. So we need to make a
probably
couple
need to
of
make
steaks.
steaks. Nah. Let's make some steaks.
Not ribeye.
You know what? I'm gonna pocket these. I want to save.
I'm using my thumb to drive this blade to just put a rough point on the steak that we're going to use to hold the back end of our forest bed down.
And then
Or stab vampires through the heart.
Or stab vampires through the heart.
Might be helpful for hooking your rope on. Taking the time to do it right. Taking the time to find a good piece of wood that's going to make a good steak. Taking the time to sharpen it properly and make sure it's going to work, right, is better than rushing and making a bad steak or cutting yourself or any number of other things that could go wrong. Just
Do I want to get this all the way until I can find?
that's probably good on this land,
Okay.
right?
While we were talking about this, I realized that in some places you might not be able to just push the stake in the ground. So I saw a big log over there and I just kicked a branch off of it. And I'm going to use this to pound my steak. When you're tying this, you don't want to pull it straight back. You want it at kind of a 45 out. And that'll pull it tight this way and this
Careful
way.
of your tear up there, Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have
Say
it.
going like this way,
I'd have it like this.
like that. Okay.
And have this hook facing back, because imagine your string is going to come around and be pulling that way. And I'd get it, you want it close to 45 off of your, but we also got these roots now to deal with, but I see if that'll go in there. So inside the loop, then inside again, but as you come out, cross over top of your first.
Okay.
So like this one, because you're coming back, now you're coming outside of your loop,
Okay.
and then keep wrapping it.
I'm doing this reverse, so I'm
Yep.
trying to. Okay.
You
now
can start whichever
like
way
this
you
one,
want. Yep,
right there?
perfect, you got it. And then you're going to feed that right through the loop that you just made there.
Okay.
Yep, pull that end all the way through and then dress your knot.
Okay.
You are on the right track, sir.
Okay. Now this one I got upside down this time, right?
Yeah, it's just upside down from what you made before, but it's not wrong.
Okay.
So just
that's
keep
what I do
get
at
that,
work.
you know, so
I'm an
it's
EMT.
snug, so your whole
And when
thing
I
is
don't
snug,
have patients
and
to
then
deal with, I just
pull
sit
your
tie knots.
pull your hitch tight. Now, if we let it go, if it holds, then you're doing it right. Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
It's tight, but that's what you want because that's how you maintain your body heat. And remember that if we were going to be sleeping in this, we would have it completely full of vegetation.
Okay.
So it would be like laying down into a mattress.
So do you like put it in and then pat it down and then put more in, or do you just kind of let it be fluffy?
If it were me, I would fill it up, lay in it, go to sleep, get up the next morning and add more because it'll pack down as you sleep on it. Probably the easiest survival shelter to build with a tarp or naturally is a lean-to. And the nice thing about lean-tos is in all but the most extreme weather, they're usually adequate shelter. If it's raining, it'll keep the rain off you. If it's snowing, it'll keep the snow off you. You start throwing in wind, then you might get wet. Push that end over there. Now when you're tying this up, remember, the lower it is, the more protection it's going to give you. If you have a high pitch, you've got a lot of room for rain and wind to come in. If you keep it down low, you'll have more of a roof, whereas up here, it's more like a wall. So we're just going to tie it onto this tree, maybe 2 feet off the ground. Because you want to pull it at a 45. If you can't get it in, we can find a hammer somewhere. Should be good.
You can see that.
So this
Yeah,
is
you
the
get a lot of
midshipman's knot, and this allows me to adjust. So if you kind of see how taut, you can just pull it down here.
I think under the circumstances,
tighten it or
we might
loosen
push
it.
our bed a little back further underneath it. That's just the way this ended up working. But you just adjust it and keep working. Yeah.
Cool.
I would totally sleep in this.
I kind of want to lay down in it and just hang out.
So this is called a low lean-to. You can very easily turn this into a diamond fly, which gives you less space to move around, but way more protection from weather. And Jeff is actually making a steak right now. You can turn this from a lean-to a diamond fly in, I'm gonna guess, about 15 seconds once that steak is made. So this is down and dirty, really simple. We're gonna go at about a 45 out.
45 from the other end.
From the front of the shelter.
But
Let me get my protractor here.
That is a diamond shelter, a diamond fly. Obviously, it gives you a lot more protection from the weather. If somebody wants to climb in there, you should notice. It would be more with a space blanket, but even with this tarp, I bet it's 5 to 10 degrees warmer in there.
Watch your feet.
It won't necessarily throw your body heat back at you so much as a solar blanket.
There we go.
So if you need a little more room to move around, and then while you're hanging out, or kick that down if the weather starts and you really got to buckle down.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, it's like.
It's kind of cozy.
Yeah.
coming up next, we make a fire.
Hey guys, this is Chad and Kyle from On My Own. We are here at the Alpine level. Now, this is the lean-to shelter that's similar to the Alpine level in the On My Own game. Basically, it's got a lean-to with some sticks going down that way and then debris on the top. And then the added feature at this shelter is there's a wall right there. So what the theory is you put your fire right here, and what happens is the heat reflects off that wall back into here, so to add some heat.
So would you sleep in this shelter?
Yeah, I mean there's some holes and stuff in here, but I feel like if you repaired it up, for sure.
Okay, so when we first looked at the shelter, we thought that your head would be right here, but actually what you're going to be doing is you're going to be sneaking in here and then sleeping like this on your side.
Why do you do that?
Why is that? Well, then you're kind of covered on 3 walls, but then you can also like look out this way and have your knife or axe or whatever on you to kind of protect yourself from things that might come in, like raccoons, possibly.